Bark a bull, ding dings, let's shit doo doo, gaga mama. Welcome to That's Good Broncos. I am your scoreless host, Brandon Perna, and I will say, the one thing good about watching your team play in a soccer stadium about 1/3 the size of an NFL stadium is that even in the back row, you still have great seats. That's like sitting in the front row of club level at Mile High, and I guarantee you those back row tickets didn't cost $500 a pop. Today, we get cocky Philip Rivers poetry, Broncos Halloween social special, and some weird announcing. Roll the intros.
We're here in beautiful Carson, California. It's not Denver, Colorado. It's my homeboy's first football game. Too bad he's a Chargers fan. That's good Broncos.
And yes, that's good Broncos. This episode is sponsored by SeatGeek. You can download the app with the link in my description. Use my promo code, That's Good, and you will save $20 off your first SeatGeek ticket purchase. Broncos are on the road, so what do you want to purchase tickets to? I don't know, a concert, a comedy show. You can get tickets to any NFL game there. They rank their ticket prices, so you know if you're getting screwed, and you can preview your seat before you buy it so you'll know exactly what you're looking at. Back alley soccer stadium seats. That's good, that's the promo code. Today, I was going to break down all the plays where I thought Simeon should have done something different. Corrected his mistakes from my armchair. Since I focused on the mistakes other players were making in yesterday's video on my main channel, but honestly, I just didn't want to watch through that footage again. There's plenty to dissect. A couple sacks were on Simeon, ball placement, he had issues with that, and there were a handful of plays where he probably should have thrown the ball in a different direction. But the narrative that Simeon has a wide open guy every single play and he just doesn't see him is a lie. And I just didn't want to dive into that episode today. So instead, we'll start by lightening things up. I want to move on to the Broncos Halloween party that I attended vicariously through their Instagram stories. Feel free to tweet any of the Broncos players and say, thanks for inviting Brandon Perna. That was real nice of you. This costume party was in 2 words, fucking elaborate. Von Miller had a professional makeup artist at his house turning guys into Mr. T and Von Miller into Red Fox? Oh no, shit, he's Colonel Sanders because of his love for chickens. Either that or he's trying to land another commercial deal to be the next celebrity Colonel Sanders, king of buckets of chicken. I thought Aqib Talib was the funniest guy on the Broncos roster, but now I have to believe it is Brandon Marshall, who showed up to the party dressed as Von Miller from the Old Spice commercial. Pretty funny, right? Wait, he's also got the Von Miller sex tape. Ho ho! Nobody would have predicted it's actually on VHS. He has the Von Miller sex tape, which, if you want the details to, check out this old video. I'm just glad that this sex tape has turned into a joke in the locker room amongst the guys. Now, the best costume from the Halloween party, in my opinion, goes to Kasim Edebale, who showed up dressed as Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones, and where Khal goes, Khaleesi goes. They both look spot on. And to be Khal Drogo, you need to have muscles to pull that shit off. You also need a smooth body. If I tried to be Khal, I'd look like a skinny Sasquatch wearing eyeliner, which is still hot, but everybody would probably think I was a Wookiee. My second favorite costume may belong to DeMarcus Ware. I don't think he was at the party. He's living the retired life now, just dancing as a wholesome minion. I could watch this all night. Smash cut to this wild Halloween party where songs are playing talking about sucking dick. Dancing Minion? Dancing Minion? The band Kiss showed up, and I have to wonder, is this Adam Gotsis? Can anyone confirm that this is Adam Gotsis? All right, now back to the game. The crazy impressive thing I saw the defense do against the Chargers. The thing that keeps me holding on to hope is the goal line stand on the first drive of the game from the Chargers where Brandon Marshall stuffed Melvin Gordon, followed by Shaq Barrett stuffing Melvin Gordon, followed by Todd Davis flop stuffing Melvin Gordon, followed by Todd Davis and Derek Wolfe stuffing Melvin Gordon, who by this time was getting confused with Thanksgiving dinner after all of that stuffing. Normally, we get bad poetry with Phillip Rivers on Broncos-Chargers games, but it's really hard to make fun of the quarterback who just beat your team 21-0. So instead, I'm giving Rivers the platform to brag about his victory. So this is Cocky Poetry by Phillip I Never Swear Rivers. What's cooking, Bronco fans? It's me, Phillip Rivers, America's favorite cowboy. Yeehaw! Welcome to California, specifically Carson, where I was lit against the team from Denver, committing arson. Haha! You got burned. Your team can only win in September, Denver. Yeah, heck, maybe you guys should lay off the doobie. I bet if you got married to a girl, you wouldn't even look at her boobie. Gee whiz, I didn't even play that well. Did you forget to pray because your offense went to hell? Good golly, I only threw for 183 yards. Jiminy Christmas, I think your tackle is actually a guard. Heck, I told our defense exactly how to beat Mike McCoy. He's a good guy. Whooping him brings me no joy. We've won 2 in a row, which matches your longest streak of the season. If we win this division, it will be mother-loving treason. It took 25 years and I broke your shutout streak. It took a QB with 25 kids to do it. Interesting, don't you think? Now I know you want to say that me, Phillip Rivers, cries. Heck, I just like to look nice wearing my bolo ties. Haha. Heck, can you do us Bolts a favor and spank them dirty Chiefs? If you don't, you Broncos will get ridden by me, QB Cowboy, and those KC Indians. I know I should say Native American, but as long as the Redskins are a team, I think Cowboys and Indians riding Broncos is a safe thing to say. Oh heck, I forgot to rhyme it all. Watch out, NFL, this river is a roaring. My team is a soaring. Our offense is a scoring. Bosa and Ingram are a lording over would-be passers. They're a double dose of harassers. We're putting on the gassers, so stay in the Mile High City smoking your grassers. I'm Phillip Michael Rivers, hee-haw! And if you thought I cried before, wait until we have a winning record again. Hee-haw, heck yeah! I told you it wouldn't be easy, but if we get goose-egged by Phillip Rivers, we just have to take it, like a new man in prison. Now, for your listening pleasure, I present to you my laziest version of bad announcing to date. This is for all of us whose brains stopped developing at age 12.
Never feels him coming from behind. Oh, it's close, but no cigar.
Did you just say close but no cigar?
I did. Never feels him coming from behind.
That's it for this week. Big dick shout outs to all my Patreon supporters: Ed Swank, Brian George, Kevin Lang, doubling down on TGS, Alex Roberts, Justin Cook, Andrew, and Jasmine Sanchez, Malcolm Fears. And remember, if you support this channel on Patreon, you get ad-free videos and really the best access to criticize me. This episode is also sponsored by BetDSI.com, one of the best sports books out there. If you use my code GOOD25, they are giving away $25 to wager however you want. You can bet on any game and any sport, and if you take that $25 and make one bet, double it, you can take it out of the account and run to the hills with your money. I don't know what other deal you're gonna find that's as enticing as that. BetDSI.com, code GOOD25. Don't say I never gave you anything. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Broncos. Subscribe here. Share these videos. If you can share them on social media, that really helps me out. That's how these spread like wildfire. That's how these spread like STDs. STD my videos, please. STD my videos, please.